Good morning, friends. Happy Saturday. Welcome to another Saturday Morning Makes here on YouTube, hosted by Jill Norwood. And I will put Jill's information in the description box below so you can go check out her channel and play along with us because anybody can take part in Saturday Morning Makes. Okay, so check out the information and then you'll know what to do. All right, so I have two little projects to show you this morning, and I'm going to quickly show you the things that I used to create with. So first of all, from Lawn Fawn, I used the stitched mug frame. I used the frame, the marshmallows, and the spoon. And the outside in stitched mug goes right along with that. They do two different things. This one cuts out the whole inside of the cup so that you can create a shaker. And then it does the frame there too. This one cuts out the shape of a mug. It leaves the inside, but it adds stitching on the inside and stitching on the outside. So I used this from this set, and this one was the outside in stitched mug again, and this one was the stitched mug frame. I used, and these are similar. These are the same kind of concept. So I used the stitched snowflake frame and the outside in stitched snowflake. So the same kind of a thing here. If you want to make this into a shaker or do various different kinds of layers, it does the same sort of thing. So I used those as well. Okay, and then from My Creative Time, I used this little stitched oval tag. These are the assorted mini tag dies. And again, that's from My Creative Time. She's got tons of really cool dies. You'll have to go check out her page. Her name's Emma that has this page. I used from Stampin' Up. These were papers from last year or the year before. Last year, I think. Gingerbread and peppermint. There's all kinds of really fun papers in here. Used that. I used the itty bitty Christmas sentiments. I used the Oh What Yum. I love these because these fit nicely on those little tags. Well, not all of them do, but the smaller ones. But I just, I like the smaller sentiments because sometimes you do so much blinging up your card or whatever it is you're creating that, gee, you didn't leave room for the sentiment. This is also good for creating tags because they're small. There's a to from. So yeah, it's a good set. It's retired, so you would have to go looking for it elsewhere other than Stampin' Up. Then I used the coordinating gingerbread stamps that went with that paper. I used the frosted gingerbread and the gingerbread dies. Lots of fun. And then I used this set from Z Party. So I either got this on Amazon or I got it from AliExpress, but I think I ordered it from Amazon. And this is a fun Memory Decks card die set. It's got some words in there, but I just love this eyelet shape. You could also use this to create a shaker tag, I believe, if you wanted to, because it's got the outside piece and then the frame. And what else did I use? I used this really pretty blush pearl embossing powder that is from Ranger. And I did find this at Hobby Lobby. And then I used this fun embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, and it's called Marshmallow Puff. And it's really different. I've got things like puff paint and stuff that actually puff, puff up, get puffy like snow. But this is different, and I will show you. So first I'm going to show you what I have left still to create with. When I cut out and did these little gingerbread pieces, my intention is to use them as cookies. And so what I did was I cut the cookie part out. I used cinnamon cider color Stampin' Up! Paper, and then I went around and edged the edges with the same color of ink. And then the frosting part, which is a separate die, I cut that out of white, and then I turned the piece upside down onto my Versamark pad and tapped it around with my finger to get ink all over the top of it. And then I used that pretty pink pearl. It's not really showing up too pink on camera. It's a really light, it's very pretty, pearly pink, and it is very kind of, yeah, pearly and shiny. So that is what that looks like, and I've still got I've got 3 of those with the pink left to play with. But here is the one that I used that marshmallow puff embossing powder, and can you see the texture? It really does look like, you know how marshmallows kind of have that powdered sugar look on the outside of them, and that's what it does. It doesn't puff it up necessarily so much like snow. However, you could use it in that way. You could also use it as whipped cream if you wanted, but it really does look marshmallowy. So I did the same thing when I did this. I cut it out of the white paper and then dipped the paper into my Versamark on the top of my Versamark pad, and then sprinkled that powder over. And then you just have to be careful when you pick it up. You know, you kind of want to grab it at the edges so you don't wipe that embossing powder back off before you are able to heat set it. So I've still got these 4 pieces left to create projects with. And so the first thing I made using those little things is this kind of a fun fold card. It's a type of a Z fold. It stands up on its own there. I still don't think I did it quite right because I can't pull it flat. I'm not sure what I did, but it's okay if you do it like this. You can open it up more, you know, flat that way. And either way, it doesn't bug me because the point is to have the recipient be able to stand it up and display it if they choose to. Oh, I forgot to leave my embossing folder out, but it's an embossing folder I have from my stash. I think it was a Sizzix one. Or no, I'm sorry. It was a Fun Stampers Journey embossing folder that had these Christmas trees on it there. So I just created the fold, and then I used that same embossing folder there on that one, stuck another cookie, and used the stamps from that set here and a sentiment. And then I put another piece of those, so those papers were all from that gingerbread paper set. I thought it turned out kind of cute. Okay, and then my second project is a Memory Decks card shaker card that I made. Look at the marshmallows. I just think they turned out so fun. And those marshmallows were in that Lawn Fawn die set. Let me bring it back again so you can see right there. It cuts them out separately, so each time you run it through, you get 2 separate marshmallows. And so I inked those up in the same manner as I did the cookies and added the marshmallow puff embossing powder. I cut the spoon obviously out of some foil paper, and I cut it twice so that it would be silver on the back. I cut the Memory Decks card twice so it would be sturdy, and plus it has this layer. You can't see it very well, but my my big snowflake is in the back there, and I cut it out of a glitter paper. And that was, I wasn't sure where I was going with this when I made it. And so I made the Memory Decks card, and then I put the snowflake on it, and I wanted to make a shaker, but I didn't realize it was going to pretty much cover my snowflake up, or I would have shoved my snowflake up just a little bit higher so you could see it a little bit more, but that's okay. I wanted it to be a cup of cocoa and some Christmas cookies there, and then I put all those fun shaker bits in there. There's some little gingerbread men that I know I ordered those from AliExpress. There are some holeless beads. There's some little stars and snowflakes. Those were a Stampin' Up! Embellishment. And then there's little candies, which are sprinklets, and then the red and white ones are ones that I made using perler beads. So that's my shaker bits, and I thought it turned out pretty cute. I was pretty happy with it. So those are my 2 projects for this Saturday. I am going to go to a craft fair for a few minutes this morning, and then I'm going to do a little bit of shopping because I was inspired by one of you gals here already this morning on Saturday Morning Makes to create a project. So I'm going to go looking and see if I can find the things. I've got a different version in my head of what I'm going to do, and yeah, so we'll see if it turns out. I will show those on another Saturday Morning Makes video. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I appreciate it so much. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked my video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to share my video, wow, that would even be more awesome. It would help to build my channel and have my video more visible for people to see. And yeah, have a great weekend. Go see what everybody else has been creating by searching the hashtag SatMornMakes. And you can see things here on YouTube and Instagram, and also Pinterest and Facebook. Just, yeah, search that hashtag. Okay, see you next time. Happy crafting. Take care. Bye-bye.